Because even if we ourselves cannot live forever, at least that moment can live inside a picture on a photo frame. Hi, so actually for today's video I wanted to talk about something so different. I had this idea since yesterday, but then just now I'm like watching, I haven't finished watching it yet, but I was watching this video by Lucy Allen. This is my first video that I watched from her. It just came out on my recommended and I watched it, you know, and it was about why she deleted social media. And I also have a similar video of my own that I read last time, so you can go check that out if you want. And so I guess the video that I had planned, I can put it in the next video. So today I was watching the video Why I Deleted Social Media by Lucy Allen, and she mentioned this thing about she had social media since she was 10 years old. And then suddenly that macam triggered something in me lah. Like it suddenly made me think about my like my early childhood also, you know. But this video won't be about social media. This would just be about, I watched the video and it made me think about when in primary school, like the simple things, like, do you guys give your house phone? That's the first thing that came to my head, you know. When I used to give my house phone number to my friends, because at that time we don't have phone, I gave my house phone number, you know. And I remember my brother also last time when he didn't have a phone, he had a notebook, you know. He had like a small notebook, and then inside there he write the phone numbers of his friends or whatever, you know. And I remember I used to like call my friends from the house phone and stuff like that, you know. Like it's so weird to think that I didn't even realize it, but you know, there came a point where I didn't give my house phone number to people anymore, and it's just so weird. Like, do you guys remember that? And it's not even that long ago, because I'm not even like that old. I'm not even 20 years old yet, you know. So it's not even that long ago. But you know, I was thinking about that lah, like lama I don't give my house phone number to people, you know. It was just a random thing to think about, and I started to think about primary school. I suddenly started getting so nostalgic, but not like in a rindu way, like just a random like, oh, these memories last time. I remember like every time the last day of school, we were acting like we will never see each other again. Maka we will see each other in like 4 weeks, you know. Like when it's like November and it's already like the last day of school before the, you know, the year-end holiday, Christmas, whatever kind. And I remember like primary 4, primary 5, primary 3, like we'll be like, oh, see you next year. And I remember we will do things like, I remember we used to sign each other punya tangan. I remember like my hand will be like full of signatures from my friends. Like, I mean, that is good and all, like we want to remember each other. And I remember we take each other's punya phone number also, and we like message, and like we were acting like we will never see each other, girl. But I think it's so interesting lah, like since we were small, we already had that feeling of, I'm gonna miss my friends, I won't see them for a few weeks until we see each other in the same class next year. Like, I don't know lah, do we all have that natural thing? Like when you were a kid, you already had that thing of you want to remember your friends, you want to remember people, you want to keep memories, you want to sign each other's hand, you know. And I remember like primary 6 is reasonable because obviously we might not see each other again, kan? Not all of us are going to the same secondary school. So I remember we signed each other punya baju PJ, you know. Yeah. So it's quite interesting how we as kids, we didn't know many things, kan? Like even now also, I don't know many things. I mean, I know more than 10 years ago lah, obviously, but I still don't know everything. But as a kid, I knew even less. But yet we all knew this importance of keeping memories. Ever since I was a kid, I've been keeping like memory boxes, like kenangan stuff, and it's just the simplest things, like a receipt from somewhere. Like I am such a hoarder. I don't hoard like many things. I don't hoard like decorations or whatever, but I will hoard the smallest thing has a memory to me, you know. It's like even from like the first time I bought a kepo for my guitar and another kepo for my ukulele, my first ever kepo, I still have the box of that kepo. Like I still have it somewhere, you know, because it's my first kepo, girl. Like I'm someone who will keep the smallest things, you know. And I throughout my life, I've actually had a lot of those like boxes lah, where I keep a lot of stuff. Most of it, I mean, some of it is like very reasonable, like diary, you know, diary from last time. I keep all my diary, and that was very reasonable, kan. But then there's like the like guys, I'm not even kidding, I just remember this. The last semester, so like last semester, which was my first semester that I started in uni, I didn't have a planner yet because I started last year and this planner is this year. So all of my assignments, I didn't have a planner to write it. So I used to write it in like this sticky note, you know. And because I am someone who hoards kenangan kan, I legit keep all of those like sticky note that has all my assignment on it, and I kept it in a box, and the box is somewhere over there. Wait, I'm gonna get it right now. This is what I'm talking about. So all of the sticky notes that I write on my assignment on the last sem, aka my first sem in uni, I'm only in my second sem right now, is all inside here because I wanna remember like the first ever assignments I did in university. Wait, I find for you. See, it's all inside here. What's this? Essay, send draft first. Essay, consultation. Finish essay, find article. Like, legit, all the stuff that I had to do last year is all in here. Ooh, that rhyme. And yeah, so now you know how much of a memory hoarder I am. I hoard assignments. Basically, I thought it's very interesting lah, how since we were kids, we already knew the importance you know, of keeping memories. Even like the simplest, smallest things, you know, like, and we already know how to like miss each other, even though it's only for a few weeks during the holiday. We'll be like, oh, see you next year. Like, I don't know why though. You realize that or not, kan? As kids, we didn't know many things, but we knew that. Why Is it memang inside us? Is it that we want to, like, we get attached, or we know how to miss people, or we know that there is an importance of keeping memories and keeping friendships? I don't know where does that come from, because I don't remember anyone in my life like telling me specifically last time, you must create memories, you must keep memories, you must keep your friends. I don't remember anyone telling me that. Where did it come from? You know, do we all have that thing inside us? Because this is kids, you know. We used to do this when I was 10 years old. I never had any deep thoughts about life. I didn't have any deep thoughts about friendships or whatever, but I knew how to do this. I knew the importance of giving my number to my house phone number, or when I got my phone, it's my number to my friends during the holidays, so that we can contact with each other, which we never did. Just weird lah, kan? Like, where does that come from? Are we born with that, or do we like naturally get it when, like, as we live? Do we naturally get that feeling of being attached to people, or being attached to things, or being able to recognize? That's what I'm thinking about, you know, being able to recognize the importance of something to you, even a specific moment. Like, as kids, like, we used to, like, even as kids, we used to take pictures with our phones and stuff with our friends, kan? And maybe it wasn't to the extent that today, you know, now it's even more like that, you know. Now it's even more like, I want to keep memories and stuff like that, because we have that deep thought already, and it's starting to dawn on us as we grow older that we might not see these people again. It's starting to dawn more and more, you know, as we see our friends separating as we grow up. But even as kids, we already had that little thing like that, you know. And that's what makes me thinking, like, what if humans never did this? What if we never had this feeling of wanting to keep memories, wanting to take pictures, wanting to keep people, wanting to keep in contact with people? Like, what if we never had that? Is that a core thing to our relationships? Is that a core thing to our life, being to recognize the importance of people in our life, or simple moments, even small moments, and thinking, I want to capture this so I can remember it forever? That's why we take pictures, kan? That's why we take videos, you know, with our friends. That's why we take IG story. You know, it goes into social media. I think social media also, like, yes, social media has to connect and whatever, but I mentioned in my past video that it is also about story. You know, people wanting to share their story. That's why they have social media. That's why they share pictures and stuff like that. I think that's the core of it also. Keeping memories, trying to keep something alive even after it has passed. Why do we do that? Why is it so important to us? I think that's the core of why we can have relationships at all. Can you imagine if we never did that? Would we have friends? Would we have good relationships? Would we, you know, appreciate anyone? You know, Because like, I remember like anytime you meet someone after a long time kan, even okay, I give you example, like last 2 weeks I met last 3 girl, that was so long ago, wow, 3 weeks I think so, I don't know. I met my friend who I haven't met in 1 year plus. So the last time we met, I think is before quarantine, before pandemic. That's crazy. That was a time before pandemic. I can make that whole other video. But yeah, we met after a long time, and then we talk and whatever and catch up. And then she said, "I want to take a picture of you." See, isn't it like the first thing usually after, if you meet someone after a long time, one of the first things you want to do is take picture together, take selfie together. And even the other day when I went to send my friend to the airport, actually wearing this exact same outfit, I also went and take selfie with her. And there was another friend vlogging also. She was making a video for her. And see, like, we all want to capture these memories. And can you imagine, because the reason why we want to keep memories is because, and that's the reason why we want to capture memories or capture moments is because it's special kan. So we as human beings, I guess, we have the ability to recognize when something is important or when something is significant or when a moment will never happen again. We know, so we have that thing of, oh, this might never happen again, or this is the first time that this is happening in a long time. Oh, I just want to capture this because it's such a good moment, such a good memory. So we have that thing at the core of us. That was a really bad snap. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we post on IG. That's why we post on Twitter. Can you imagine if we never had that thing? If we never recognize when we want to capture something or we want to keep something that is special to us, we wouldn't share it. Even like me, as someone who deleted IG, I actually came close because I just wanted to delete social media once and for all, and I came close to like deactivating my IG. And I actually tried to do it a few times, but I don't know what, there was something wrong with my account or whatever, okay? But then in the end also I decided, even if I could do it, I don't think I will, because I already had this feeling of, oh sayang, because these pictures, I had my IG since I was 13 years old. Yeah, so there's a lot of memories there, because I'm 19 now, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, that's 6 years, 7 years, something like that. So that's a lot of my life. I mean, not really a lot of my life, but a lot of my whole teenage life. Yeah, my whole teenage life I had IG, and teenage life is when most of the things happen. I mean, I think if I had IG when I was 10, I didn't really have anything to post, but because I had it when I was teenager, that's when a lot of things happened. So I did post a lot, and there's a lot of pictures, a lot of memories with my friends or whatever. So even if I could deactivate, I wouldn't, just because because there's that feeling of, these are memories, I'm gonna lose these pictures, and it's just so young to see, like, oh, this is the photos that I uploaded since last time. I don't want to delete all of that, so I already have that. I have that feeling of, oh, this one, I can't delete this. This is memories, So yeah, we post on social media, yes, to share memories also, but it's also to preserve it, because sometimes, because I had my FB, my Facebook, since I was 8 years old. Don't ask why. I begged my mother to make me FB last time, okay? And sometimes the memories thing will come out. Oh, Miaw, this is your memories from 5 years ago, and then like an old picture will come out, and I can see like this picture that I posted for 5 years ago. You guys, if you have FB, which most of you do, I think you know what I'm talking about, that whole memories thing, right? And it's like, I don't know, I get a feeling of, wow, I posted that. Whether it's cringy or whether it's a good memory, I have the feeling of, wow, I've had this social media for so long. I have this memory here. And we post not just to share it, but I guess also to preserve it. Because when I go through like my FB pictures, whether it's pictures that people post with me or pictures that I post myself, when I go through my old profile pictures, I just feel like, wow, my life is here. These are memories. I don't even remember thinking this. Wow, And I guess, it stems from that feeling of, we know the significance of a moment. We know the significance of something that is happening, and we want to keep it alive because it might never happen again. Which brings me to the point of, do you guys realize you don't really realize that you're in a memory until that moment has passed? Like the stuff that you did as a kid, did you really at that time when you were playing with your friends at school, did you feel nostalgic? No. but only like now when you look back you're like, oh, I miss those days, you know. It's so weird how things become a memory and you don't realize it when you're in it, that this will be something that you miss someday, but someday you will look back and miss like the simplest things. That is crazy. We know how to appreciate the significance in the simplest things. Like even in me remembering back when I had used to give my house phone number to my friends, that is such a simple thing. It seems so insignificant, but I recognize the significance in that because that's something I used to do back in the day and I will never do again, because I don't use a house phone anymore. I use my phone and I just give my number to people, you know, and people don't even call my house phone anymore. People just WhatsApp me, you know. So yeah lah, we crazy how the simplest things can like open up a feeling or open up because there's usually a feeling connected to a memory kan. If you're thinking about the times when you used to play with your friends, it's what's the feeling that you feel is happiness, freedom. Like right now I'm thinking about the times when after school while waiting for our parents, me and my friends will main dinding, or some places they call it main tiang, but for us it was main dinding. There were 4 pillars in the school foyer and we will like play there, and that was a feeling of happiness and freedom before many insecurities and stuff, you know. We were just playing, and those are friends. Most of them I don't even meet them anymore, you know. Or maybe you're thinking of a sad memory. Maybe you're thinking of you crying alone in your room when you were 8 years old. See, there's a feeling of sadness connected with that. So it's not just memories, it's not just visuals, it's not just things happening, but it's because we are involved in that moment. It's because we make it happen also kan. The thing happens because of us. You made a decision to go and play with your friends, and that's why you play with your friends, and that's why you have this happy memory of you playing with your friends. So it's not just, I think that's why we can feel things connected to a memory, because we ourselves are involved in it and we are inside it. We're not just observing. I think if we're observing, then this is a different thing. Sometimes I think we can observe people's memories also. Like maybe your friend is telling you like, oh, last time, do you remember that time like we were 10 and I was like at the corner of the room and I was so sad. But maybe you who observed the memory and you saw them at the corner of the room back in the day, you didn't know they were sad, so you can't really connect with that memory. Oh, I just thought you were sitting in the corner of the room, I didn't know you were sad, you know. Sometimes we observe people's memories, but when you're in it, when you're in that memory, there's always a feeling connected with that. And I guess usually, you know, if you're thinking of a sad memory, then it's a sad memory, you know. And then if you're thinking of something from your childhood, the thing that you feel the most is nostalgia. And what's crazy is that the thing that you're looking back on in your childhood and feeling nostalgia about, somewhere in the future you might look back at your life now, like in the present now, and feel nostalgia about this. One day in the future, maybe when I'm like 40 or 50 years old, maybe I don't even have a YouTube channel anymore, I don't know, I might be thinking about this very moment of me wearing my purple hoodie and my purple, what's this thing called, beanie. I almost called this a hoodie as well. And I'll be thinking, oh, remember back when I used to make YouTube videos, that was a good time. And I'll feel nostalgic about that. That's crazy how we don't realize we're in a moment that will one day give us nostalgia. And nostalgia itself is such a weird feeling. How do you explain it? You know, what is the definition of nostalgia? I'm too lazy to Google. My laptop is right here, but I'm too lazy to Google, you know. And it's just such a weird feeling that someone actually gave a name to. It's something that we all experience. Nostalgia itself is a feeling, but I feel like there's also other feelings connected with it. Yes, you feel nostalgia thinking about your childhood memories that are happy, you know, happy memories, stuff like that. I think like the reason we are desperate sometimes, or we feel the need to capture memories and capture moments in our life to keep forever, or to try to keep alive forever, whether that's in a photo frame, or posting it on IG where it will live forever again, or at least until the app dies. Do you ever wonder like what will happen to apps? What will happen to IG in the future? Wow. And I think where does it come from is because we know that we only have one life, physical life on earth. I'm talking about physical on earth. There is life after that, you know. But physically on earth, I think we all have this feeling that we know we only have one life, and I think that is what makes us treasure simple moments. And we don't even realize it, but we do treasure simple moments because we know that every single moment of our life that we live, we will never live again. That is such a crazy thing to think about. There are things in your life that you did for the first time, you know. Sorry, this thing is shaking. And you will never do for the first time again. The first time you went skydiving, there's only going to be one time of that. You can go skydiving again, obviously, but you can never go skydiving for the first time again. you know how people say like, oh, I wish this movie was so good, I wish I could watch it for the first time again. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can never watch a movie for the first time again. So in that moment, you're really like treasuring every single second of the movie, because you know that the next time you watch this movie, if you rewatch it, it won't be exactly the same. Yes, you will still enjoy the movie, but you won't get the same feeling again. That's crazy. The first time we watch a movie, we have no idea what's gonna happen. The second time we rewatch, we already know, but we start to notice like certain things. And I remember when I was very small, I asked my mother about this. Like, why the first time I watch a movie, I didn't realize this happened, and then the second time I watched this movie, I realized this happened. Like, the first time I watched a movie, I didn't realize this scene was there, or I didn't realize this person said this. Then the second time I watched it, I'm like, they said that? How come I didn't realize that when I watched it for the first time? Then my mom told me this last time. She said it's because the first time you watch it, you watch it with this. The second time you watch it with this. Okay, mother. Basically, yeah, you get my point. We know the significance of things and moments because we know it will never happen again. We might get similar experience. You might go with your friends the same place, but it might not be the same feeling as the time where you went and explored that place for the first time. And we just know that every single moment in our life, it cannot be repeated no matter how much we try. So we try to keep the memory alive. That's why we vlog, that's why we take videos, that's why we post IG story and whatever, because just want to keep it alive, just want to capture the moment. And then in 20 years you look back at the picture, at that video, and you're like, wow, I remember this like it was yesterday. Because that's how much we experience things, we really experience things around us, feel like it was yesterday and forever ago at the same time sometimes, right? Can you just imagine if we never had that in us, to want to capture memories or want to make memories with people and stuff like that? I never had this feeling of knowing how to appreciate these moments. How would our lives be like? Can you imagine a life on earth when no one thought it was important to take pictures with anyone? Like, no one thought it was important, and no one thought, oh, I want to record this in my diary, or no one thought that they want to make a song about their breakup, because it really impacted them. Can you imagine the life without that? I feel like a lot of things would be affected, a lot of relationships would be affected because people wouldn't think their anniversary is significant, or people wouldn't even have a wedding because it's just a marriage, like it's not that special. People wouldn't even have a wedding celebration. People wouldn't have birthday because it's just birthday. Like, what is so important about it? Wow, a lot of things would be affected. Actually, I feel like entertainment also would be affected because people feel like sometimes when people make movies, or it's me when I write my story, sometimes it comes from a moment in my life, inspired by a moment in my life. So if I didn't think that moment was significant, I wouldn't write about it, right? So there would be no movie next time. Or maybe like music would be affected also because, like, let's say this band is making an album, and then this the guitarist finds a cool riff on his guitar, like he comes up with a cool riff, and he doesn't think to record it down, then that riff is just gone, right? A lot of things would be affected actually if humans never had this inner, I guess, desire. It's not really a desire, I think. It's just something naturally in us that causes us to recognize that we only have one life, and everything that happens in this life, physical life, is only happening once, and no matter how hard we try, we will never replay it again. And I guess we all have that feeling of, oh, I want to relive this moment in our life. I guess that's why we come up with this fictional thing about time travel. Oh, I wish I could go back in time and see what my younger self was doing. I want to go back to this specific moment in time and stuff like that, because we all have the inner desire to relive certain parts in our life, but we know we can't do that no matter how much we try. So we just capture the moments whenever we can and try to live inside the moment whenever we can and make the moment last as long as possible and try to make it live forever. Because even if we ourselves cannot live forever, at least that moment can live inside a video or inside a picture on a photo frame or inside a diary entry. And I think that is a very amazing thing about the human race. Anyway, yeah, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts. Comment down below your thoughts on this. I didn't expect it to go this deep. Like, I thought I was just gonna talk about, I don't know, nostalgic, like giving my friends my house phone number. Like, I didn't expect it to go this deep. But then again, every video I make, I never expect it to go so deep. I don't know why I start thinking so much. But it was a good talk, I think, with you. Yes, I'll see you in the next video. I'm actually a bit sleepy right now. It's only like 9 p.m. but I have to do my assignment after this. So I'll see you in the next video. I really did enjoy making this video, as usual, like any other video. So I'll see you in the next video, and until then, take care of yourself. What? God bless your day, your week, your month, your year, your life. God bless you and your families, and don't forget, Jesus loves you very much. One last thing. Miaw. Bye.